The father of the conjoined twins, Abby and Brittany, has confirmed what everyone feared. The rumors are true, and nothing will be the same again. The shocking news of Abby's secret marriage to Joshua Bowling, kept hidden for years, was just the start of a story that will change everything you thought you knew about these twins. Do you know who the Hensel twins are? Dancing at their wedding is the first dance Abby got married. As whispers of strange dynamics and deep secrets spread, the truth gets even stranger than fiction. Let us dive deeper into the world of Abby, Brittany, and Joshua, where secrets unfold and nothing is as simple as it seems. Abby and Brittany's story is making waves again, and this time it's thanks to a life update that no one saw coming. Here's the tea. Abby, now in her mid-30s, tied the knot with Joshua Bowling back in 2021, and their dad just confirmed it. Naturally, this has everyone talking. Joshua, who's not just a nurse but also a former United States Army serviceman, is now woven into the Hensel family's incredible journey. Meanwhile, the twins are still doing what they do best, teaching 5th grade in Minnesota, surrounded by their loved ones. But the interesting thing is that Abby and Joshua have kept their social media under wraps. Still, fans have caught glimpses of their wedding and life through family-shared photos, fueling even more curiosity about how their unique dynamic has evolved. Abby and Brittany have always lived an extraordinary life, and moments like these remind us just how much their journey inspires conversation, challenges norms, and celebrates individuality, even when shared. Now let's get to the twist that's got everyone buzzing. Abby is reportedly a stepmom. That's right. Joshua has a daughter from a previous relationship, and Abby has embraced this role in her life. Naturally, people can't stop wondering how the twins are navigating this new chapter, especially given their one-of-a-kind situation as conjoined twins. As the chatter spread online, Abby and Brittany decided to speak up in their own way. They dropped a few videos on social media, sharing everything from statements to sweet snapshots from the wedding. Their captions and voiceovers? A perfect mix of joy, humor, and a little bit of sass about dealing with constant public attention. It's clear this chapter comes with its highs and lows, but one thing's for sure. The Hensel twins continue to captivate hearts everywhere. You know, this story dives into something bigger than just curiosity. It makes you wonder, how do we balance public interest with respecting someone's personal boundaries? Especially when it comes to people living with unique physical conditions like Abby and Brittany. Historian and bioethicist Alice Dreger, who spent years studying conjoined twins, reminds us that society's fascination with them isn't new. But the Hensel twins stand out because they challenge what we think about individuality, love, and family in ways most of us never even imagined. Time and again, Abby and Brittany have proven they're the ones steering their own ship. Their lives show that they're like everyone else, despite their unusual appearance. And that's what's so fascinating. They completely upend the usual ideas of identity. For most people, one body means one person. But with these twins, you've got two individuals, each with their own personalities, interests, and dreams, living in the same body. It's a dynamic that naturally sparks curiosity, but here's the thing. There's a fine line between healthy interest and outright intrusion. The twins have been intentional about keeping their personal lives private, only letting the public see what they're comfortable sharing. But this recent interest about Abby's marriage has caused some real conversations about respecting their privacy. Media expert Elizabeth L. Sesser points out that when it comes to their romantic relationships, the fascination can take a turn for the invasive. It's one thing to admire their story. It's another to dig into the most intimate details of their lives without their consent. Sesser makes a solid point. Abby and Brittany have every right to control their own narrative. Whatever the public learns about their lives should come from what they're comfortable sharing, not from speculation or prying eyes. Sure, their journey intrigues the world, but at the heart of it, their story is theirs to tell, on their terms and timeline. It's easy to get swept up in the headlines and social media posts, but let's not forget, Abby and Brittany are real people, navigating life just like everyone else. Historian Alice Dreger highlights that many conjoined twins throughout history have sought out quiet, small-town lives for exactly this reason, to escape the relentless public gaze. Abby and Brittany's upbringing in a caring, close-knit community clearly influenced their approach to privacy as adults, even as their remarkable story continues to draw attention globally. But here's where the plot thickens. While Abby's marriage to Joshua Bowling brought joy and curiosity, it's now stirred up a different kind of attention. Fast forward to October 2023, and Joshua found himself facing legal drama. His former spouse, Annika Bowling, filed a paternity suit in Minnesota, naming Joshua and another individual, Gavin Vatnsdal, as respondents. By early March 2024, a genetic test report was filed in court, but the contents are still sealed. That leaves everyone speculating. What's really going on here? While this adds a whole new layer of complexity to Abby and Joshua's story, the unanswered questions keep people watching, waiting, and wondering what's next in this unique chapter of their lives. To understand the full picture, let's take a step back and unpack Joshua's past. He married Annika in 2010, and the couple welcomed a daughter, Isabella, who's now 9 years old. Their marriage ended in April 2019, with the divorce finalized in 2022. But wait, it gets a bit more complicated. Annika had another daughter in late 2020, a few years after her separation from Joshua. This younger child, now 4, appears to be at the heart of the ongoing paternity case. But since she's a minor, most of the details are understandably private. Court documents from the 2022 divorce shed some light, mentioning that Isabella has a half-sister. It's a subtle hint at the intricate family dynamics at play. Despite these legal bumps, Joshua has stayed close to Isabella. In fact, she was front and center at his wedding to Abby, and social media snapshots show her bonding beautifully with both Abby and Brittany. Abby has stepped into her role as stepmom with warmth, while Brittany is just as involved, often seen sharing sweet moments with Isabella and family photos that radiate love and togetherness. This family story adds even more depth to Abby and Brittany's already extraordinary lives. As conjoined twins, they've spent their whole lives navigating a world that constantly watches and questions their every move. Now, Abby's new role as a stepmom, combined with a blended family setup, brings a fresh set of challenges. It's not just about blending two families, though. It's about doing it under a microscope. The Hensel twins are adapting to this chapter with the same resilience and grace they've shown throughout their journey, proving yet again that their story is one of courage, connection, and redefining what family truly means. As the legal proceedings continue, the big question is how this will shape Joshua and Abby's relationship and their bond with extended family members. With a child at the center of it all, this situation requires care and sensitivity to prioritize their privacy and well-being above everything else, which has given her calf muscle a noticeably more defined look. These subtle variations create a physical uniqueness for each twin, even as they move through life in perfect synchronization. For the Hensel family, education was extremely important. Their parents made sure they had the same learning opportunities as any other child. They went to public school, where they quickly became known for their lively personalities and strong determination. Of course, school came with its challenges. For instance, one twin was right-handed and the other left-handed, so they had to come up with a clever way to take notes together. With the help of their teachers and classmates, they found ways to manage their schoolwork and did really well in their studies. The hard part wasn't just academics. They loved sports too, especially volleyball and softball. On the volleyball court, the way they worked together to spike the ball was truly something to see. Their teamwork was incredible, and their coordination showed just how much they could achieve when they worked in sync. Yet that wasn't the toughest part. Handling the pressure of always being in the spotlight added an extra challenge. They were always passionate about staying active and being part of their school's community. They loved participating in all sorts of clubs and activities, eager to take on new challenges. Their involvement became an inspiration to others, showing that they could excel in areas that many would see as difficult for people in their situation. When they got into sports, it was a clear display of their determination and teamwork. They loved playing games and being part of a team, which lifted everyone's spirits and motivated their peers. Making friends came naturally for these two. Their humor, charm, and teamwork drew people in, and they were always the life of the party. Sleepovers, birthday celebrations, and all the fun of childhood, they had it covered. Their friends loved them for who they were, embracing their unique situation and treating them like any other kids. But let's be real, life wasn't always smooth sailing. They dealt with their fair share of challenges, especially when people made rude or ignorant comments. Still, Abby and Brittany held their heads high, responding with kindness and staying confident. Their parents taught them an important lesson. It's great to educate others about their situation, but it's just as important to protect their privacy. Then came their teenage years, bringing a big milestone, getting their driver's licenses. It wasn't without a little hesitation from their parents, but seeing the twins' determination, they gave their full support. Now, you'd think one license might do since they share a body, but no. The law required each twin to pass both the written and driving tests individually. Abby and Brittany tackled the challenge head-on, each acing their tests. Behind the wheel, their teamwork is seamless. Abby handles the controls on the right, while Brittany takes charge of the left. Together, they navigate the roads like seasoned pros, proving yet again that when it comes to collaboration, they've got it down to an art. In 2008, Abby and Brittany graduated high school and decided to keep the learning going, enrolling at Bethel University in Arden Hills, Minnesota. Their shared passion for teaching made their choice of major an easy one. At first, they toyed with the idea of pursuing separate specialties, but they quickly realized that doubling their workload wasn't exactly practical. Sticking together in education felt right, and in 2012, they both proudly graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. When it comes to handling daily tasks, Abby and Brittany have a system that's all about precision and collaboration. Answering emails? They type in perfect sync, like they're reading each other's minds. For writing, they use I when they're in agreement, but if they have different takes on something, they make it clear by signing off with their individual names. It's their way of letting their unique perspectives shine. If there's one thing that bothers them, though, it's when people stare or snap pictures without asking. Abby and Brittany are big on privacy and don't appreciate being treated like a spectacle. Even as teenagers, they opened up about this during interviews for a TV show, sharing their dreams and goals to help people see them as individuals. They talked about wanting to date, get married, and maybe even start families someday, just like anyone else. By letting people in on their personal aspirations, they hope to encourage a deeper understanding and a little more respect. After college, they wasted no time jumping into their teaching careers, starting in 2013. Walking into their first classroom was more than just a new job. It was a powerful milestone. It showed the world that they could navigate the professional world with the same grace, determination, and teamwork that had guided them through life so far. And as always, they did it on their own terms. Stepping into the professional world was just the beginning. Abby and Brittany's lives went on to capture the world's imagination.